Welcome, welcome, welcome to a fifth in a row, marching in these steel toes. We're gonna go towards the sun. Sunset special march dedicated to always to all my willing, loving allies and armies. Pledge your allegiance, legions to our family. We're gonna put on the gloves because it's on that HOT hot. Auctioning everything that I'm wearing, and for always to give half 50% to my anonymous sister friend as we go on this vlog, marching vlog in Montreal, Hawk Island 5th of the week. Gotta say my gratitude as well always. Okay, we're gonna go for the Carpenters, Carpenters with that wood, chop, 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 and always to the youth, and all the workers of the Collective North American Civilizational Complex who made less than 37,044. Yours truly, I am financially struggling, but my rent's paid, electricity bill's paid, and got food. Turn my head left and right like this situation here. My fellow citizen driver might press the accelerator instead of the brake, so always got to double check, double trouble check as I go west now, because the sun rises in the east, sets in the west, and we got ourselves a beautiful looking sunset. Into the sun we go over time every time. It's not going to be a long one maybe today, but you're truly grateful, thankful today that my rent's paid, electricity bill's paid, got food, and not only food, I got coffee and tea. I gotta mention, of course, that I do have tea, and gonna go all the way to and into my kingdom of the sun, who now rises and now sets, and we got time zones across the North American Civilization Collective. We got those time zones. Here's a one-way, so in theory they can only come from that way because it's a one-way, but you double check. Gotta salute the public works. See what that machine, big machine right there in the corner. That machine, big machine, brains and muscle, they have, of course, did a good job, I find, to clear the road here for this pedestrian, citizen, athlete, artist, philosopher, the people's artist, the people's athlete. Hey, Aspie with amnesia, that retrograde amnesia, and grateful 24/7, rent's paid, electricity bills paid, got food and coffee, and I'm going towards the sun, my king, the Pope. Sun is shining, sun is rising. The sun sets and the sun rises every second somewhere in the world. The sun rises and the sun sets. Gonna get some sun, encouraging all to work out, train, and exercise. With the Go Rainbow Dragon Special overtime every time. Right here from Montreal Metropolis, 2.5 million people. I was a bit moody, didn't check my emails, and slow on the business. I sent hundreds of emails for participation, cooperation, and partnership, which I'm open to 24/7, and my fundamental call for a public-private partnership across the Collective North American Civilizational Complex. This Quebecer Canadian was born twice, in past life, previous incarnation down there in the USA, both times in those previous past lives, and in reincarnations, incarnation today. It is February 16th. This Quebecer Canadian philosopher, artist, athlete, Aspie with amnesia, was born twice in a past life down there down south, and both times served in the US Army. Both times served in the US Army. So my brothers and sisters, citizens, and since there's a fellow citizen with the carriage, I'm just gonna take a little bit of a sidewalk and go there so I don't get out of the way, you know, for my fellow citizens, and as I go, so for their safety, their joy, their pleasure, and their liberty. With my liberty and pleasure and joy, it's got to be secured, of course. My joy, my liberty, my security, yours, theirs, ours, and grateful. You know, I got some wafers left. Last night I ate 2 bags, $1 each, 175 grams, so I ate a little bit too much of that wafers. But nonetheless, for the Carpenters today, as for years now during COVID, since I died of COVID back in 2020, you know, I And I like died of COVID, you know. I was like very sick about 4 years ago exactly. Around this time, it was like death, pestilence, and disease for me. And of course, having survived COVID, and you know, with that COVID and being here on the COVID and encouraging all to increase in public hygiene, and I cannot stress enough the importance of regular physical exercise. Super important. Regular physical exercise, super important. Regular physical exercise, regular physical exercise, regular physical exercise. Yeah, so we go towards the sun. This looks like a beautiful rainbow sun, and almost like a beautiful red pink. It's red and rising, red and setting, my favorite color. And you know, I love me a sunset, and I love me a sunshine. I love me a sunset and a sunrise. So sometimes you just gotta, you just gotta look up a bit and look at the beauty of the sky and start your fitness journey. I always say, my fitness journey commences, starts today, now. You know, always take that attitude. As we're gonna do push-ups, we're gonna do squats, we're stretch a little bit to the left, to the right, you know. And, here in NDG, my neighborhood, gonna go Montreal West and then go by Westminster and then go north, 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 and then come roundabout, close it. We're not gonna go to the mountain today. You know, we've been Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, so after the third day, you know, when I get for the mountain, and after about 3 days, if I don't go, then I start missing my mountain, and my mountain starts getting missed. And then I'm gonna go probably tomorrow to the mountain, do a little bit of dance, and it's always good to go, you know, always feel good. It's like my second home there, so I always enjoy going, doing some volunteering, cleaning the whole area. Because a lot of people leave all sorts of trash, garbage, you know, that they leave there, and you know, we gotta do a little part for nature, for civilization, for flora, for fauna. So I gotta pick up the recycling, I gotta pick up the garbage, gotta pick up the recycling and the garbage, and gotta pick it up, you know. So gotta do that part for nature, for the environment. Because if it's only blah blah blah, you know, so you can blah 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 for 7 more years, but if it doesn't get done, well, I gotta do it for the squirrels, for the rabbits, for the flora and the fauna. And also gotta mention my black brothers and sisters, the 13.3% Black History Month, sending some love, and I offer everybody whatever, who wills, who wants, because I got kisses by the trillions of kisses, credited from the goddess, and is the first laying the foundations for the first empire, the first kingdom, first and foremost, with trillions of kisses credited from the forgotten goddess. Kisses I got, hugs I got, you know. Liberty gotta be secured, you know. I gotta be mindful of the butchers, bakers, farmers, doctors, nursery clerks, and all those on the trains now, you know. On the trains, freight trains, bus drivers, warehouse drivers, and nurses, you know. The wages stagnated, inflation gone up, you know, since COVID, February 2020, and lots of people struggling. So I'm asking the millionaires, billionaires, let's go rap artists, give some charity, you know. I rap a little bit for the farmers, butchers, bakers, always for the doctors, nurses, grocery store clerks, and always for those involved in the distribution of food. And it's always important because food security starts with the farmers, you know, starts with the farmers. So they're gonna do a little bit of bakeries, for the bakers, for the cooks, those in the kitchen now, nurses and cleaning workers. Gotta be mindful, you know. So I'm a pro-labor and love, universal revolutionary centrist, and, you know, for those who got laid off, you know, and lots of layoffs and major corporate profits, you know, I got some solutions, and my solution is the public-private partnership, which is basically my dream manifesting as the dancing goddess in the dragon kingdom, which is a fundamental call for a PPP, public-private partnership. We need major road re-infrastructure building, and construction workers starts with them building more buildings like this, eh? So we gotta build, who build it in those steel toes with those cranes, on the cranes with the metal. They're going up and up and up thanks to those cranes. So we got to be mindful of that skill knowledge and appreciate the workers, the construction workers. I rock and roll for the construction workers, butchers, bakers, farmers, 24/7. In my androgynous pansexual rainbow dragon ways, you know, rainbow dragon ways. And I dance. Dancing is my favorite sport, and yeah, I got that Aspie. I'm an Aspie. I got that Asperger, so I'm obsessed about things and interest, geopolitics 24/7, and dancing is my favorite sport, sports and fitness, the study of civilizations, and public hygiene. So I'm always mindful. Microbes, bacteria and germs, so I open carry my disinfectant, so we gotta encourage each other for public hygiene, sanitation, and gratitude 24/7, you know, because my rent's paid, electricity bill's paid, got food and coffee, and you know, I just got a discussion, and I gotta say the rent's gonna go up, but I gotta say the rent is fair. I think it's fair. I think the rent increase is fair in my case. I'm not speaking for general overall of the society, but I'm speaking for my individual case, and I gotta be grateful where I live, and where I used to live was even worse. It was lots of mold. It was underground, and it was like so full of mold, and maybe that's what caused my amnesia. I was deeper underground, and who knows what kind of drugs I did. I mean, I got a lot of scars, tattoos, and stuff like that, so I don't know. I know a lot of changes for me, and I want to change it for the better for all of us. North American Collective Civilization, build more buildings, infrastructure, rock and roll, and you know, we got to ensure that freedom and get back to health. One march, one push-up, one step, one hawk, one step at a time. So yeah, just got to be careful and to give a little bit of that east, west, north, south, and gonna go towards the sun, you know. So it makes me feel good, and I clean my floors, sweep, that broom, and then I got three loads of laundry today. So I did the house, so I did my 2 loads. So I'm grateful that I have that laundry machine, laundromat. I used to go to I showed you in the last video, I used to go there in the neighborhood, in my neighborhood, not far from here, where I used to do laundry, you know, I used to pay for it, laundry and drying, so I'm always grateful for that I have it, and always grateful for that. And I gotta give a shout out to this new building structure, which is for the public, part of public works. We got a lot of public works to be done, more than needs to be done doing, you know. Thank you for this. This is great, and I can go hydrate, drink some water right there if I want. As a matter of fact, let's go hydrate a little bit. We can go hydrate and drink some water, you know. So I'm grateful for this building, and it has access to water. So gotta say thank you to the public works, financing, and brains and muscle, it goes together. So just gonna go hydrate a little bit. So it's a nice building. The only thing I would like to see is, of course, some color here, you know, just a little paint. That would be nice if all these gray walls would be painted like, I don't know, I'll see some art, you know, like big painting, something red, my favorite color, or just rainbow, or green, something green or orange even. That would be so cool. All the way down. That's how I always see it. See, because it's kind of gray. Actually, it's all gray. Anyways, I just love colors, bright colors, so I just love to paint it. So that would be my, I don't know. I would do volunteering. If you bring me the paint permission, I'm willing to paint it, whatever. Just as I pass by here, so. Oh, sorry. Just a little bit of hydration there, so I'm gonna go out now, and again, we gotta be towards the sun. And you're welcome. So, I'm gonna say hello to my fellow citizens and open the door a little bit. So all this is new. All this is a new building, so you know it's all public works, you know. By the way, I'm auctioning these glasses. I'm auctioning everything that I'm wearing, and the glasses, the shorts, the socks, the steel toe boots. Finally gonna retire them, you know. Last time today. They're a bit worn out, but I marched more in them with all the generals of NATO combined during COVID, you know. I did march in them more than all the generals of NATO combined, and you know, back to health one step at a time, and one push-up. We're gonna go to the mountain tomorrow. Turn my heads left and right when I cross the street, even if it's one way. So in theory they can only go that way, right? That's north, but you never know. So it's always good for extra prudence, because you never know, right? I mean, the brakes might malfunction, somebody doesn't know, it takes a turn and comes there fast. So extra prudence as a citizen, you know, for my fellow citizens, drivers, you know. And we can make mistakes. What about pressing the accelerator instead of the brake? It's all things which can potentially happen and occur, right? We gotta do our diligence, we gotta do our safety, because now I'm, of course, in the public, right? In the public. So in the public, I got added responsibilities, duties, and obligations, which under the normal course of circumstances would have not applied, right? If I would have stayed home in my underground dragon's lair, I could have just danced naked and, I don't know, whatever XYZ activities. If I went online and do this, that, then I have also some responsibilities, right? Not to do XYZ in my interactions, to be mindful. Would I interact with people of different ages, different, whatever the case may be, my rainbow dragon waves, you know? Give to charity wrappers a little bit, mayonnaise, wrap for the farmers, butchers, bakers, for the carpenters, go carpenters, go carpenters, go today. And as I go now, I'm gonna imagine all the carpentering work. Probably gonna get a lot of carpenter work which has been done, and which of course is gonna be doing, and which of course we will be doing, and so I'll work carpenters and whatever the case may be, and just the general carpenter work, you know. There's a lot of carpenter work probably has been doing, and all that the carpenter work that has been done and that continues and that's being done today. That's been today. Somebody did the carpenter work, so I don't know exactly. I'm just gonna throw some to the trash here. So I want to discard some things which I have for the trash. So anyways, carpenters today, you know, and meditating now as I go around about, as I try to see all the woodwork. That woodwork is, of course, has required some places more than others. Work and doing be done in carpentry, you know. So all the carpenters of North America, you know, carpentry, I guess, this wooden structure here requires a little bit of carpentry. So as I go now, meditate all the carpentry work that was done today, that was done yesterday, and that will be done tomorrow. So carpenters, rock and roll for you with that chopping of that wood, with a saw. Chopping for the carpenters and for the saw. All the carpenters, carpenter works. I'm looking now, I see the woodwork, tables. Right, it's all carpentry, tables, chairs. So if I see a wooden chair, wooden table, wooden tables, and wooden chairs, or you know, the restaurants, they got a little sideline, and see, I can see carpentering everywhere. Everywhere I see carpentering. So carpenters, man, salute. Because every day, every March, I celebrate different parts, and then I'm gonna have to start over again, you know. Today's those carpenters. Hey, look at that. That got some wood. That's a public bench. It's not just mine. It's mine, yours, ours. But this is carpentry, right? So carpenters. Carpenter work, man. Carpenter work. All this. All this is carpenter work. Children are happy. Over there in the corner, I'm happy. Saluting the children. They do some exercise, and right there, children are happy, I'm happy. So gotta be grateful when I see children smiling, joyous. That is their health. And encouraging children to public hygiene, physical fitness, exercising. Super important for the youth. Carpenter, probably also carpenter. Probably worked on these poles also, because we got some poles, the electric poles I'm referring about. Some of these poles have metal, and some of them are still made of wood. Some are cement, but some are still wood. Chop, chop, chop. Carpenters, carpenters, carpenters. I see the firefighters. Salute the firefighters. Salute the firefighters. See, that's right there, that bench. You got that bench right there. See, that's carpenter work. So we got carpenters, butchers, bakers, nurses, doctors, grocery store clerks, all involved in the production, distribution of food. We got to get for the carpenters, benches, tables, chairs. See down there. That's carpenters. Doing the tables. Carpenters rock. Today, rock and roll for the carpenters with a wood shop. Rock and roll for the carpenters, for the wood chuck, for the wood block, for the wood chuck. Carpenters building tables. Carpenters in the tables. Carpenters in the stables. On the wood chuck as I go north, north, north. Dragon Army, yours truly, public-private partnership. Blah, 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 blah. Supported DRT theory for the creation of the UE, blah, blah, blah. Encourage all to do some workout, push-ups, marching steps, blah, 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 blah. I rock and roll for the farmers, 24/7, butchers, nurses, grocery store clerks, carpenters today especially, but always my anonymous sister friend, greatest woman I know, always the electricians, the plumbers, IT workers, Hydro-Quebec, 24/7. Go Hydro, go build some more dams. And you gotta be mindful, you know, and civilization is a privilege, you know. Civilization is a privilege. Civilization is a privilege, and you know, I got aggression, my brothers and sisters, but I channel it. I channel it, I sublimate, I channel, I sublimate. That's what we gotta do. I put my aggression to good use. This morning I shoveled snow, I did laundry, sweep, and yes, you know, I masturbated, I gotta look around me and there's nobody. I say that word, but it's something that's part of an education, you know, because sexuality is important. Sexuality is important. It needs to be understood, not repressed, you know. It needs to be understood, not repressed, but channeled and sublimated, right? Y'all know that there's as much as I love gridiron North American football, gridiron aka North American football, CFL, NFL, gridiron aka North American football, as much as I do love it, a rainbow dragon is rainbow, yours truly, but I can bet you there's one or two and even three or more on every team of the NFL, not only the NFL, the NHL, NBA, MLB, all the sports leagues. not only Collectif, out of the 4 sports leagues, the NFL, National Football League, NHL, National Hockey League, NBA, National Basketball Association, MLB, of course, there's only one who's in the open about it. Collectif, out of the 4 leagues, but there's many on each team. Statistically, since there's about 6% of the millennial population who are part of the bisexual, gay, or LGBTQ, lesbian, and who are part of the my LGBTQ community, Rainbow Nation across the nation, well, so statistically, when you get at least one on each team, right? Because there's thousands of players, so anyways, please give to food security, reduce the prices, make some good specials, because you know those who pick up the garbage, the compost, the recycling, see the compost, the recycling every week, those are athletes also. When I see them going on those big machines, I say, look at that play, he see that play, man, blah 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 blah. And, you know, I died of COVID 2020 February, nothing that I want to go back to, but I understand people want to, you know, we have a tendency to resist change, and for many years I resisted, you know, having Asperger's, but recently in the past years I accepted it, and yeah, you know, I lost a lot of friends in the past years having Asperger's, being an Aspie. I lost a lot of friends, but you know, I repeat things, I have gestures with a hand, I can get too close. People, I have the symptoms, and there's no medication for Asperger's. There's no medication for Asperger's. There's no medication. By being an Aspie, you learn to live with the symptoms, and I do excel at my obsessions, because many Aspies like myself, those who have Asperger's know, and again, a tiny minority of people do have Asperger's, but we are obsessed about certain narrow interests, narrow topics, to the point of obsession of intensity. You see me when I march, it's my workout, so I'm obsessed about fitness. So marching, walking at the marching pace is for my fitness. So being obsessed with fitness, sports, wellness, it's an obsession, right? So it's an interest. So that's why when you see my workouts, pretty hardcore and for hours, and I go intense at it, you know. But also geopolitics, the study of geopolitics for me. Dancing is my favorite sport, or sports, fitness, civilizational studies, and rock and roll and public hygiene, you know. So that's what I do, rock and roll, and you know, $10,500 in debt, but I'm open for business. Can do a video for your cause, for Canada, for North America, for world peace, for the forgotten goddess 24/7. Want to build that forgotten goddess temple, want to build that forgotten goddess temple, want to build that forgotten goddess temple, and the House of the Dragon. Montreal is all I really know. You know, I remember moving, and Montreal is really all I know, you know. So, Montreal, this island, HAWK, Hawk Island, and woke up, got COVID 2020, was like death, pestilence, and disease, like death, pestilence, and disease, like death, pestilence, and disease for me. So I always say I died during COVID, and being reborn, nothing that I want to go back to, but accepted my Asperger's. You know, I'm different in many ways, but I do rap, R-A-P, rap. Also as a hobby, rock and roll, you know, I could say rap, rock and roll. Also music is one of my obsessions, I guess, like freestyle rock and roll, freestyle rap. Could add that to my obsessions as an Aspie, so that I can do 24/7 with intensity, you know. Aspie rap for the Carpenters, chop chop. Rap for the train conductors on the block, yo. You know, gotta get that Global Dragon Union, man. It's not all about money, so now my only solution, the DRT Global Dragon Union, you know. We gotta get more contracts, you know, job security, and we need to finance citizens to work out, to train, to exercise. We need to finance citizens to work out, to train, to exercise. We need to finance citizens to work out, to train, to exercise. We need to mass finance citizens to work out, to train, and to exercise. We need to mass finance citizens. That's what I have been and will continue to call for the mass financing of citizens. Fitness via public-private partnership. That's my call. have been able to continue to call for it. And of course, it starts with my fitness here, starts with yours, and saluting those train conductors here. See, that goes east. How many trains now across the collective North American civilization? That's west, 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 and that's east, east, east. And I'm going north now. This island, Montreal Island, like a small city, 2.5 million people, with the north and the south. It makes 4.5 million. And I'm grateful for this beautiful sunset. Super important. Stay fit. Physical activity. And I have been able and will continue to call for the mass financing of our fellow citizens to work out and train and exercise, you know. It's super important. And we can do a deal, public-private partnership, governments, organizations, millionaires, billionaires, and my initiative, Ongoing Fitness, independent fitness captain here. It's ongoing for years now, you know, and started my fitness journey 6 years ago. I crossed Canada coast to coast. I was depressed and suicidal, but I moved a few years back, so I remember moving, being depressed, suicidal, started my fitness journey, healing, having COVID, survived COVID, and being on the march, and being a YouTuber, you know, being a YouTuber and independent fitness captain, artist, athlete, philosopher who doesn't mind the snow, enjoys a good march, a good walk, and doing these long vlogs, always with push-ups, marching steps in steel toes, and always good to get that drill. And gonna turn to the right here, and we're kind of gonna go in a little bit of a zigzag, maybe like to my neighborhood again, back and forth in my neighborhood, and go maybe different routes, longer route, shorter route, XYZ route. And gotta not forget, just I gotta get a battery, and that's about it. Rock and roll. Look at that beautiful tree there, admire, and see all that beautiful lights. They kept it up February, so it's kind of nice. I always like lights, and gotta give a shout out workers of the past, Hydro-Quebec, you know, build those dams. We're gonna need to build more dams. Let's build more dams. Hydro-Quebec, it's clean, zero pollution, zero emission energy, and of course it does not pollute. Well, very minimally. It's water, you know, it's brains and muscles, so gotta be grateful for that, for our electricity, because thanks to the electricity from Hydro-Quebec, I'm also doing this video with clean, zero pollution energy, zero emission, that I'm utilizing it right now to work, because I consider all my videos work, as an independent athlete, independent artist, independent activist, independent fitness captain, philosopher, and geopolitical analyst and theorist who goes about my business, and saluting the firefighters, special for the carpenters today, and imagining as I go every step, you know, all the carpenter work, all the work done today, all the work done yesterday, and all the work, carpenter work, which is going to be done tomorrow. So we got to work right here. All the work in North America, we need financing of the roads, building and infrastructure, bridges. We need a mass infrastructure renewal art, you know, mass infrastructure renewal. We need a global integrated North American Dragon Union, and North American Global Dragon Union, and we need a integrated North American Global Dragon Union. And sometimes we just gotta need a redemption, second chance. I get my second chance, I guess, third chance even, you know. If I would have stayed maybe where I used to live, maybe I would have died, and you know, mold and amnesia, and you know, chronic illness and suffering, struggle and suffering, and got COVID 2020 February around this time, you know. So now COVID is back, and we need to build more defense, public-private partnership, Dragon Army defense initiative, coast to coast, more satellite defense, laser and steel defense of the North American NORAD NATO, and need to build more buildings like this, build more public works, more parks, and it's a lot of work. It'll be done right here from this island of Montreal. Is all I really know, is I am a world peace advocate, I was born in many incarnations, many past lives, but I'm here today marching Montreal and for the Carpenters, and always for my anonymous sister friend, youth, the butchers, the farmers, the bakers, the nurses, train conductors now, always thinking about them, what's going on with them, and we need to get that CIT along with my DRT, standing for Citizen Integration Theory, the Public-Private Partnership Dragon Army Initiative, you know. It's my dream as a philosopher, as an artist, as an activist, as a philosopher, as an artist, as an athlete, the people's athlete, philosopher, meditating about how much carpentry has been done in these buildings, who built them, when, how long did it take, how much is their life going, how much they rent, how they're struggling for the youth. Food security, hygiene, health, overall health, fitness, things of that nature. My neighborhood here, you know, and I take some pictures for my Facebook social media. All the big buildings, residential buildings here. Meditating, rock and roll style, marching steps. Saw the bus driver thinking how his day is going. And me, sometimes people ask and I say, so, I'm honest, so. I don't always say, but I was being getting better every day, I guess, every week it's better and better for me, you know. Every week is better and better for me, every week, I guess. And every year has been getting better, but I conquered being depressed and suicidal. I gotta say I conquered being depressed and suicidal. I gotta say I did conquer being depressed and suicidal. And I conquered being depressed and suicidal 6 years ago. A little bit more than 6 years ago, 2017, when across Canada, coast to coast, you know, that got me out of depression, being suicidal. So I said, so many things to live for. So many things to live for, so many things to live for. So many things to live for. So many things to do, rock and roll songs, cities, small cities, big cities. Taste new cuisine, eat some new food, and bring some joy to somebody, bring some laughter to somebody, and give some help and experience more of this Canada, my country. It's all I really know. And Quebec, I was born in another past life, previous incarnation. I was born in this North America, Canada, USA, even before 1492, even before 1492, in previous incarnations. I was also born before 1492, so I'm a mystic, you know. I believe in reincarnations and incarnations, so I got that added spiritual dimensions, but I have a lot of questions. I do have a lot of questions. I do have a lot of questions, you know. A lot of questions. I have some theories and speculations, but I don't have all the answers. I know what I'm advocating, what I'm speaking, my experiences, past life visions, and in the past 7-8 years, and mostly during the weekends on that Sabbath, you know. But you're gonna have to learn a little bit of patience, because we're gonna switch to that French, because we are in La Belle Province, and I'm a Quebecer, Canadian, North American. And personally, I do not consider myself a member of a diaspora. I personally do not view myself, have the feeling that I'm a diaspora, citizen of a diaspora. I do not feel that I'm a member of a diaspora personally, and It's my home Canada, North America, but I am of course for world peace. For world peace, and gotta be careful here when I cross the street. I got 13 seconds, but you never know, you know, somebody might cross, and always good to double check. Again, salutations, sending some big rainbow dragon hugs, love to the 13.3% of my black brothers and sisters, the citizens of fellow citizens and brothers and sisters of North America who are black. You know, who are black. I do believe in the one human race. We're struggling with freedom, liberty, and all this technology, new things, and we suffered. I suffered. You probably suffered. Many have suffered. But there has to be some solutions, resolutions, you know. Sometimes it's just being more honest with ourselves, with others, and, you know, seeing and being grateful, gratitude, you know, for all the things that we have and all the things that we could potentially have together, but we need to come more together, and the individual got to be secured, and my rights, obligations with duties and responsibilities. Right now I got some duties, I got some responsibilities because I'm in the public. Not the same if I would have stayed home in my bed. I cleaned, I did laundry, I swept the floor. There was a lot of dirt, so I had to do some cleaning. So that was get cleaned, you know. That was get cleaned, and gonna do some more cleaning, you know. It's cleaning, I guess it's a constant. Always got to be cleaning some more. Always something to clean. Always some push-ups to do. Always some marching steps. Always some rock and roll. Always some meditation to do. The sun is always shining, always setting. I wish I knew more about cell phones, applications, and satellites, and 4G, 3G, 5G, but in a parallel life, I am a super scientist. I build satellites, supercomputers, ICBM rockets, and, you know, bridges like this. We need to build more, see? Oh, a lot of infrastructure has to be renewed. A lot of infrastructure has to be renewed across North America. Steel, who build the bridges here? So much steel, concrete. Got a little bit of carpenters also, eh? Because I'm sure there's some wood here and there. More steel, cement, rocks in the bridge here. More steel, cement, rocks. But I'm sure there's some carpentry. There's some carpenters, some carpentering right there. I'm pretty sure of it. I don't like to gamble to bet, but sure, carpenters, man. Today is Friday, 16th of February for the Carpenters March. Probably gonna be a little bit of more than 4 hours today. You know, I left late, but I had a lot of work to do at home, and keeping home is clean. It's clean, and I didn't eat that much. I got a little bit of some oranges to go, so I'm just gonna feast when I get back. Got some noodles and got some leftovers, so I gotta get down with that. So got a lot of leftovers, I guess. Needs to be on the eat. So, and sometimes I just like to eat simple things like cheese and bread and some lettuce, romaine lettuce with it, and that makes it so. Because I don't deprive, I don't live an ascetic lifestyle, but I do live an austere, simple, severe 21st century rainbow Spartan, rainbow dragon lifestyle. Highly physically active, lots of physical activity, but I don't say no to sweets. Sweets. I love and enjoy eating sweets. And that's one of my weakness, I guess. Chocolates and sweets. And yesterday I even had 2 wafers. I said 1 bag, but it was $1 and it was 175 grams, so I gotta say I had a little bit too much, but I was a bit said, well, you know what, I'm glad I didn't have the 3rd one. What are the carpenters doing? What the carpenters did today across North America? Chopped a lot of wood. So much carpenter work to build the chairs, to build the tables. It's carpenters today. celebrating the Carpenters of North America, and gonna switch to that French. Les charpentiers, charpentiers, charpentiers. Gonna have to be patient, and we're gonna go drill it a little bit of zigzag here, maybe go to the back, maybe to the front, and kind of freestyle zigzag. And I do gotta get a little bit of something from the fish, so I guess maybe should go get it now, you know. What time is it? 5:48. I don't know what's I feel like going now, getting it over with, so I think that's what we're gonna do, and then we're just gonna gonna go to the mall, and then we're gonna start that part 2, and do a little bit more rant. So part 2, if it's gonna be a little bit longer, I guess. So just gonna cross the street at I guess we can go at the light. Or we can go another place, but I kind of feel like going and getting over it now. But I don't know what time it's gonna close. Shit, I didn't give the chatty CO. I wasn't supposed to say because I don't get any private and public sponsorships, but you know, I check where the best deal is, and since I need to get, of course, there's some batteries, and super important for the batteries, and the thing that we do, is a thing of getting the best deals nowadays for many. Here we go. I got, how many seconds I got? Got 5 seconds, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Yeah, so I guess I'm gonna go now, just get it over with, and go in the mall and put it back, and get it for the drill, and gonna go all the way. Get myself some batteries and maybe a little bit of sweets. I'm trying not to eat too much sweets, but it's the Sabbath beginning at midnight, so due to that fact, well, gotta get it. Try to stay off as much as I can from fast food, but sometimes it's a good. I do like cheeseburgers and hamburgers, and somebody gotta love that public security. Nobody's perfect. Somebody gotta love that popo. Popo getting some sandwiches, they gotta eat, everybody gotta eat, even Wall Street. So, we gotta come together with security forces and my citizen integration theory, Dragon Army, Could be my cousins there, and Quebecers, Canadians are my family, so. We're not perfect. I'm not perfect. I'm working on my everything every day. But it's a part of reform and change, and we're all human beings and flaws and not perfect. So gonna get to the mall, get that. So we're gonna do part 2. So before I go into the mall, saluting the carpenters, the butchers, the bakers, the nurses, restaurants, those making those restaurants, delivering the food, pizza drivers, the bus drivers, those They're delivering some food to somebody, you know, those cooks on the blocks. And I'm going to get some of that. I go get some batteries, and maybe some pastries, and put paws and entrée seulement. That means you enter only, you enter only, you enter only. So take off my gloves.